And welcome again to Thone's Nibbles, number 35 on Mark chapter 7. Jesus deals with a demon and a Gentile. Now, this comes from Mark 7, verses 24 through 30. From there he arose and went to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And he entered a house and wanted no one to know it. But he could not be hidden, for a woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. And she came and fell at his feet. And the woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth. And she kept asking him to cast the demon out of her daughter. But Jesus said unto her, Let the children be filled first. For it is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And she answered and said to him, Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs under the table eat from the children's crumbs. Then he said to her, For this saying, Go your way, the demon has gone out of your daughter. And when she had come to her house, she found the demon gone out, and her daughter lying on the bed. This is a story of belief overcoming ethnic boundaries. The woman, though she was not by any means a Hebrew, she believed that Jesus had the power to heal her daughter by throwing out this evil demon. And Jesus quotes things, and we'll see. Why is this in the Bible? Jesus shows that if the belief is there, then he is willing to help a Gentile before the time of the Gentiles came. This was borderline. A few years after this, Paul was preaching to the Gentiles. And the time of the Gentiles was at hand because the Gentile church grew rapidly after a period of problems. And now the Gentile church is virtually the whole church. Yes, there's a few, Jews who do have churches for Jesus, and that's great. But the fact is, this is the time of the Gentiles. The church age is the time of the Gentiles. But Jesus was willing to go heal for a Gentile who obviously had great faith based on what she said. This was written to whom? Disciples who were trying to rest. They were, tired after a long journey, and Jesus had tried to keep knowledge of their presence away. He'd gone up into Tyre and Sidon, which were, lands that were almost 100% Gentile, but nonetheless, people found out about him, and so he did do it. The communication. The mother showed her faith by reversing Jesus' own parable. Isn't that a change of pace? Normally it was the Jewish leaders with all their knowledge of Hebrew history who came up with a story or a parable or something that Jesus tore to pieces in one breath by telling them that's not the way it is, and then telling them how it really is. However, here is a Gentile mother who is listening to Jesus' parable about he needs to feed the Jews before he can feed the Gentiles. And lo and behold, she reverses it and says, yeah, that's right, but you don't have any problem with the non-humans beneath the table eating the crumbs. And it's a marvelous story. And, I would like to meet this lady when we get to heaven to see how she was able to come up with this argument. Application to my life. All people need salvation, and it is our responsibility to present our beliefs to all who will listen. And that includes those of all racial groups, all ethnic groups, all religious groups, all political groups, all those folks. It is our responsibility to present our beliefs if we get the opportunity. The message from God to me: step out in faith in order to be faithful. I was proud of that one. I shouldn't have been. It's bad sin. But we step out in faith in order to be a faithful servant of God. Now, personal response. Jesus, I pray that every day I can react with people a little more like you. We never get there, since He is all-knowing, all-seeing, knows what we're going to say before we say it, and all those things. We can never react with people with that kind of wisdom. But the more we understand His thought processes, His understandings of everything, then we can react with people a little more like He would have. And what a great thing to wish for. Okay, that completes number 35, and we'll talk to you next time.